Hi guys, Georgette here. Welcome in and welcome to Vlogvember days 22 and 23, my 26-day pattern haul. In today's haul, we have all McCall's patterns, mostly women's and a few kids. And because I'm covering 2 days, I've got about 15 or 16 patterns here to go through. All right, let's jump in. First is 7683. This is a dresses pattern from 2017. So I picked this pattern up for versions 1 and 6. It's this beautiful dress that the model has on. This is just so pretty, and it looks exactly like a type of dress that I would wear. And in the next 6 months or so, I do have a few events that I will need a formal dress for. So I thought it would be pretty smart to add this to my collection. All right, let's look at the back. And here you can see the line drawings. And let's see, the suggested fabrics are for two-way stretch knits, which means this is going to fit beautifully once I make it up. All right, that's 7683 from 2017. Next is 7324. This is a tops and tunic pattern from 2016. And I picked this pattern up for version A as well as version B, the sleeveless and the long sleeve versions. I just thought this would make a really nice addition to my wardrobe. It's one of those shirts where you put on and you still look put together even though it's very casual. It's what I'd call a more elevated casual look. Okay, let's look at line drawings. And it says that this pattern is designed for light to medium weight woven fabrics. All right, that is 7324 from 2016. Moving on to 7630. This is a tops pattern from 2017. And I just thought version A was really pretty with those flutter sleeves and that little peplum. I just knew that would look so cute over a pair of jeans. And that's why I got it. All right, let's look at the back. Here we have line drawings. And the suggested fabrics are chambray, poplin, lightweight denim, and crepe. 7630 from 2017. And then we have 7846. This is a ponchos pattern from 2018. And I don't really have a favorite version out of these ponchos, but I did think that this would be a very useful pattern just to have in my collection in case one day I felt like making a poncho. I will say, however, version C is pretty interesting because this black stripe here is actually a separating zipper. So that's an interesting take on a poncho. Okay, let's see what it has to say on the back. Here we have line drawings, and the suggested fabrics are for moderate stretch knits. And that is 7846 from 2018. Next is 8165. This is a dresses and jumpsuit pattern from 2020. And this version D, I just thought that was so fun. Definitely something that's just kind of an easy to wear outfit. Okay, let's look at the back. And the suggested fabrics are crepe, gauze, knits, and border prints for version B. Version B is border prints. And that is 8165 from 2020. Moving right along to 7320. This pattern is from 2016, and as you can see, they're formal dresses. And I picked this pattern up simply to add it to my collection. I don't have that many formal dresses in my pattern collection, so when I saw them on sale, I tried to pick up the ones that I thought maybe I might like or maybe I might need in the future. All right, let's have a look at the back. And it says it is designed for medium weight woven and stretch fabrics. And that is 7320 from 2016. Next is 8217. This is a tops pattern from 2021. And this pattern I actually picked up for the other little girls in my life, because this just looks like something that they would wear. And I thought it best to pick up this pattern because of that. All right, let's have a look at these line drawings. And the suggested fabrics are charmeuse, cotton blends, gingham, and gauze. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. 8217 from 2021. And then we have 7624. This is a dresses pattern from 2017. And it was actually version D that spoke to me. The long maxi length dress. Just pretty. So pretty. All right, let's look at the back. Here we have line drawings, and see, the suggested fabrics are cotton lawn, crepe, challis, crepe de chine. And for version B, they're suggesting the overlay to be lace. Ooh, and it even comes with a belt in the back. I did not know that. That is all the better. Love that. All right, that would be 7624 from 2017. Next, we have 7349. This is a dresses pattern from 2020. And I picked it up for version A. I just thought it was a pretty dress. And I love the fact that it has princess seams, because that's going to give you a beautiful fit. All right, let's look at the back. And here we have line drawings. The suggested fabrics are medium weight, moderate stretch knits. Okay. And that is 7349 from 2020. Moving right along to 8438. This is a coats and vest pattern from 2023. And how chic is version C, worn as a dress over some leggings and some killer heels. Beautiful, beautiful. Now the other two versions are nice as well, but these scream outerwear to me. Versions A and B scream outerwear. Version C, I feel like you could do outerwear or a dress with this pattern. All right, let's look at the back. Here you can see line drawings, and the suggested fabrics are boiled wool, flannel, wool blends, wool flannel, and for the lining, they're suggesting lining fabrics. Oops, okay. That is 8438 from 2023. And then we have 8339. This is a dresses pattern from 2022. And I picked this pattern up for versions B and C. I love that little knot tie right at the center front. So wonderful for concealing a tummy. Really pretty. All right, let's look at the back. And the suggested fabrics are two-way stretch knits. And there you have 8339 from 2022. Next is 7356. This is a tops pattern from 2016. As you can see, it comes in 4 different versions, but my favorites are versions C and D. I even love how they have this teamed over some black leggings. I just think that's a cute look. Very cute. Okay, let's have a look at the line drawings. And the suggested fabrics are for medium weight woven fabrics. Nice. And that is 7356 from 2016. And then we have 7417. This is a swimsuits pattern from 2016. And this pattern includes kids as well as the women's patterns. This whole little situation is perfect for when we go to the beach. I could definitely see us in a little mommy and me moment. So this is really cute. I think for myself, I love B&G, that high-waisted brief. And then for my daughter, definitely D and F. Okay, let's look at the back. And here you can see the line drawings. Plenty of opportunity for some good color blocking. And the suggested fabrics are two-way stretch knits, swimwear knits. All right, that is 7417 from 2016. That is going to do it for the women's patterns. Now we're going to move into some kids patterns. So first up is 7966. This is a shorts and pants pattern from 2019, and I picked it up for all of the versions. It's always good to have a standard short pattern in your collection. Let's look at the back. Here you can see the different variations. And the suggested fabrics are cotton, cotton blends, linen, chambray, denim, corduroy, twill, and twill plaids. Twill plaids, all right. Like version B. And that is 7966 from 2019. And then we have 6918. This is a pattern from 2022, and these are skirts. How cute are all of these little skirts? They're skirts. I love that. Better yet, it's an easy pattern. All right, so obviously I picked this up for all of the versions because all of them will be very helpful to have in the collection. Let's look at the back. Here you can see line drawings, and the suggested fabrics are for light two-way stretch knits, lightweight two-way stretch knits. And that is 6918 from 2022. And finally, to round out this haul, I have 8295. This is a tops, shorts, skirts, and pant pattern from 2022. And again, I picked it up for all of the versions. These are all so cute. And I can definitely see myself making version A, the top and short set. All right, let's look at the back. Okay, and the suggested fabrics are gauze, stable knits, cotton blends, and gingham. And that is 8295 from 2022. All right, guys, that's it. That is going to do it for today's haul. Oh, there were a lot of patterns that we went through. If you stuck around to the end, I thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.